Good day, viewers. I'm Okocha Happy Marcel, and this is my channel. The ongoing PDP crisis has exposed a lot of things. Like myself, I never knew that the reason why Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State was clamoring about Southern presidency was because they did not give him a position to become the running mate to Atiku Abubakar. Dino Melaye has exposed all these things following the attacks that Wike has given to him day before yesterday on Channel's television interview. Wike in his words says that Dino Melaye don't have the capacity and competence to rule Kogi State. But coming around in the opposite, Dino Melaye has come out to debunk that what Wike is claiming is not integrity. That Wike called him 19 times, he came and waited at the airport, that he wanted by all means to become the vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar. But at the end, he was not picked to become so. That led to his clamoring about Southern presidency. And Dino Melaye also said that Wike removed Uche Secondos, the Southern PDP national chairman, and put Ayu, who came from the north, that Wike was thinking that when the national chairman is from the north, then he will have more chances to become the presidential candidate. But when that fails, he started clamoring that Ayu must go. He talks about that Pitobin left PDP because of Nyesom Wike. But these are the revelations that we were not told. Have patience and take your time to listen to Dino Melaye as he speaks.
Dino Melaye joins us now in the studio. Good to have you in the studio tonight on News Night. Well, maybe we should start with your response to that. Group indeed re-echoing what the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, said in his media chat today, that the PDP is trying to give you advantage over the others for the seat of for the ticket, for the governorship ticket in Kogi State.
Anyway, I want to start by saying, for me, it is politically undermining my president personality to begin to say that Atiku Abubakar is trying to force me on Kogi people. That is completely undermining my political sagacity, my political maturity and all that, because we have to keep Atiku completely out of this. I became a member of the House of Reps, where, did Atiku influence that? I've been elected twice to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Atiku didn't influence any primaries. But those who wants to call a dog a bad name in order to hang it will bring a lot of insinuations and all that. Atiku Abubakar is not interfering at all in the preparations to the primaries of the PDP in Kogi State. And those hired guns, definitely paid by Wike to address press conferences, just doing that for their pay. Yesterday, there was a massive rally by thousands of women, market women and youths in Kogi State who came out in their numbers to say that Dino is the only one who can salvage Kogi from the hands of Yaya Bello and the APC. That was a massive solidarity march yesterday. And it was televised, it's all over the social media, and they saw the people there. These are the voters in Kogi State. It is not some selected individuals who have commercialized their consciences that will determine who will be governor of Kogi State. The process is going correctly and rightly. No list has been changed. No thing has happened. The appeal is still even considering it. No list has even been, even before the list has been released. It's like already people complaining even before the whistle of the referee.
Well, we know the campaigns haven't actually started. Sorry to cut you there, and because we'll come back to your home state. But again, let's gravitate and ask the question. You were once a good friend of Nyesom Wike, and you're still in the same political party. So what's gone wrong?
Anyway, what's the comedy by Wike this morning, because as far as I'm concerned, is if you watch that interview, you will see that intermittently throughout that interview, the journalists interviewing him were all laughing, So showing that it was, to them, it was comedy, because intermittently they were just laughing because the man was actually acting as if it was a comedy show. Let me start by saying that it is pathetic that Wike had that press briefing this morning, definitely with Rivers State taxpayers' money, and that has now become a routine, that anytime he wakes up, either in his living room or at the backyard of his apartment or house, he calls journalists and starts vituperations. But when I ran for governorship in 2019, Governor Wike was my biggest sponsor. Governor Wike was my biggest supporter, to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He supported my primaries. He did not just support my primaries. Wike provided his private jet to drop me in Kogi, in Obajana airstrip, on the day of my primaries. And he was calling me every minute, to find out, where are we? Have we succeeded? So meaning that Wike saw something in me in 2019 when he supported me. He knew I was a gubernatorial material. He knew I was fit to be governor. Hence, his investment or support, as the case may be. So what now happened between 2019 and 2023?
That's the question.
That you are now saying that I'm not fit to be a governor. Somebody you have spent your money on, somebody you supported materially and otherwise, but suddenly because I'm not a bootlicker, suddenly because I refuse to participate in your very myopic and intellectually stagnant presidential ambition, you now see me, understand, as one not fit for governorship. You now start using foul languages on my person.
So this is about 2023 election?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
The fight between both of you is because of the last election?
Everyone in this country, including yourself, knows that once Wike does not entertain second opinion. And that is why you can see that even lawyers who are taking their evidence to court have been barricaded, violently destroying their materials. He abhors opposition. He cannot stand opposition. That's why he has even gone to court to try to stop opposition from participating in the election. That is why people are hired people will go to INEC and block and barricade INEC from others coming to lay their complaints or get their evidence or get certified true copies of what they are demanding for. That is typical Nyesom Wike for you. Yeah, and Nigerians, if you give me a minute, Nigerians should not also be fooled. Let me tell you this. Wike will come and tell you, anyway, he's not even getting that right. Apparently, he didn't go to a nursery school, so he has problem with his vowels. He calls it integrity. So that is integrity. Justice, equity, that is always clamoring. He doesn't possess 1% of it. When he will come and tell you he wants the southern presidency, that is why he's fighting. But that is a bogus lie. Wike wanted to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Wike called me 19 times in 2 hours when Atiku was going to mention his vice presidential candidate, lobbying me with everything possible to influence Atiku to announce him as the vice president. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Senator Abdul Nengi, who spoke with him. He also lobbied him. I gave the phone to Senator Zamire. He also spoke to Senator Zamire. His people were calling me back to back. In fact, he got to the airport. He was in the airport for hours, just waiting for my call to say, Atiku have agreed for you to be the vice presidential candidate. So, at about 1 o'clock, I called him and I said, my brother, it no go happen, no. That was when he got annoyed and flew to. So, but
why did you let him down? The man who spent money in trading and
it is not about money. It is not about money. It's about, and I am not Atiku Abubakar. I cannot choose a vice presidential candidate for Atiku Abubakar.
But did you have that discussion with Atiku Abubakar while Nyesom Wike was trying to get you to influence his choice?
Responsible, reasonable Nigerian who is not under the influence of alcohol like Wike will suggest Wike as vice president. One day he will just be sitting down. Atiku will just come out with blood in his head as president.
Why not? I mean, having been minister, he was minister of education, he's governor.
That is not the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And even as governor, you can see, every Nigerian can see, is his attitude gubernatorial? Even the way he responded today, what is Wike's business with Kogi State? What is his political business with Kogi State? A man who is going to leave office in a matter of days is disturbing the entire country with an election that have nothing to do with him.
But don't you think the whole Wike scenario and situation actually cost the PDP the presidency at the end of the day?
No, I disagree. It is actually Wike's attitude and character that caused the PDP the presidency. Today, Peter Obi left our party because of Wike. Because Wike supported the Chris Uba side during the during the delegate Congress. And that was why he left the party. And I'm saying that, not only that, Wike said today, if the party picks Dino Melaye as their flag bearer, I will not support PDP in Kogi State. And I'm saying that, I don't want to distort this thought, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Be quick about that, so that we come to Kogi State.
I will not support Dino as I will not support PDP in Kogi State. And he has never supported PDP. When Natasha ran this time around, he was supporting Yaya Bello's candidate against Natasha in the 2023 just concluded elections.
Now, speaking of Yaya Bello, let's come to the issue, because, I mean, you have to seize this opportunity to maybe also sell yourself. I mean, you're gunning for the governorship of Kogi State. Yaya Bello seems to have a strong stranglehold, if you like, on Kogi State. How do you think, I mean, what are your chances?
It is not true that Yaya Bello have any stronghold on Kogi State, because Yaya Bello was a sitting governor when I won my elections to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was a sitting governor. Buhari was the president of this country. And he did everything to stop me from winning. He did everything to stop the announcement. But I won, I got announced, and I was sworn in as a Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from a state where Yaya Bello is the governor, because we demystified him. So what I'm saying in essence is that today there's a diabolical relationship between Yaya Bello and Nyesom Wike. And Nyesom Wike will definitely support Yaya Bello's candidate because they have a diabolical relationship.
So what are your chances with two political heavyweights coming against you? How can you get out of this?
I'm telling you, Suleiman, that Kogi is not Rivers. Wike have no powers, political powers, to influence anything in Kogi State. And I'm telling you that it's getting it wrong. Wike sponsored Sandy Onu in Cross River, with vehicles, with money, with everything. Sandy Onu lost. Wike sponsored my friend and brother, Senator Albert Akpan, in Akwa Ibom, with everything. Akpan lost to PDP. Wike refused to support my brother Adeleke in Osun. Adeleke won. Wike supported vehemently 3 of the G5 members. The 3 of them lost their senatorial seats. Today, what is the value of Wike's support that he will now be saying that in Kogi he is going? He can be Oluwa Wike in Rivers, but he can never be Oluwa Wike in Kogi State.
What are your plans for Kogi State? Yes.
My plans for Kogi State is that, by the special grace of God, Kogi State is the only state that is a gateway to 12 states in this country. And our proximity with the Federal Capital Territory is a major plus to us. As I speak with you, I brought in some Ukrainians and Hungarians who did a research work to find, and I have a template already. There are 56 mineral resources beneath the earth's surface in Kogi State. Only 1 have been tapped. Only 1 have been tapped. In terms of commerce, in terms of hospitality, in terms of... Today, if you go to Dubai, you do marine cruise for 1 hour and pay 500 dirhams. The longest marine cruise is the one you have in Miami. That's 2 hours, 2 hours plus. From Lokoja to Onitsha on the Atlantic Ocean is 8 hours cruise.
So you plan to replicate that in Kogi State?
Definitely, definitely.
In 30 seconds, Wike says it would not be right for opposition PDP to seek Senate presidency in the 10th Assembly. What are your thoughts on that?
That is the voice of an enemy.
Okay.
How can a PDP member say he's against the PDP? Understand? Having something that is good. That is typical Wike. But I have drawn a line and I've warned him. in my press text today to be careful with Kogi State and wash his hands off Kogi State. He's always shouting and championing the issue of South. Meanwhile, the chairmanship was in the South, and he removed Secondus, who was the chairman from the South. He removed him from office and he single-handedly brought in Ayu. Was he drunk when he brought Ayu, or did he think Ayu was from Abia when he brought Ayu? Because that time he brought Ayu, he knew that it would be wrong to have the chairman and the presidential candidate from the same place. He now brought a northerner with the hope that he will become the presidential candidate from the southern part of the country. When that failed, he now realized suddenly that the man he brought is a northerner, that he should leave. Meanwhile, they brought Ayu. That's why Ayu was a consensus candidate. That's why there was no election for the chairmanship position at the convention. That's why Ayu was a consensus candidate. So he's a deceptive character, and he is actually trending on my field. This field is trying to come into my own primary constituency.
All right, okay. Senator Dino Melaye, I would like to thank you for your time, and I know Nigerians won't be surprised to see a settlement between both of you in the days to come.
Darkness and light don't concur.
That's politics.
Don't worry, we'll bring you back to talk about your plans for Kogi State.
Now you are still watching. The following interview took place day before yesterday, and Dino Melaye also repeated a lot of things that is similar to what he has said first. Take your time and continue to listen. Thank you.
It's a continuation of his periodic comedy, where even from the reactions of the journalists, laughing intermittently shows that they were actually enjoying a comedy show. For me, it was a comedy show because he was talking about the delegates in Kogi State. I did not tamper with delegates because I'm not one of those who went to the field to supervise or conduct the congresses. And Kogi State is not River State, where Wike was changing results at will, where he was using violence to intimidate opposition. He has gone to court to make sure that there's no opposition to his candidates that he has fielded. There has been an employment of violence to stop even opposition parties from filing their cases in court. Kogi is not River State, and nobody in Kogi will be that wicked or nefarious to behave. So maybe he thinks what he's doing in Rivers is what is happening in Kogi. No, the party went out, sent credible people to go and conduct the delegate election, and they reported back what happened on the field. And that is what we have. The PDP is a formidable party. The leadership of the party, we have confidence in them. And Wike is only trying to demarcate our party. And coming back to his vituperations and unnecessary commentaries on my person, I want Nigerians to know that Wike was my biggest supporter when I ran for governorship in 2019. Wike was my biggest supporter financially and even otherwise. Apart from funding me to the tune of hundreds of dollars in the last governorship election in 2019, he provided his private jet to drop me in Kogi on the day of the primary. You know, his jet dropped me at Obajana airstrip, understand, from Port Harcourt on the day of the primary. That's to show the level, magnitude, and intensity of his support and belief in me in 2019. So the man who saw competence, who saw capacity, and even invested his money in that project, today, in 2023, is saying that I am not qualified. The only explanation to that is psychotic disorderliness. The only explanation to that is mental fatigue. The only explanation to that is that he's having some problem upstairs, because you cannot fund a project a few years ago to the extent that your money, your material resources, everything, it was calling me on the day of the primary, what is happening? Have we made it? Have we not made it? So the same champion you saw some few years ago, today, because I am not a bootlicker, because I have refused to work in alliance with your myopic agenda, because I have refused to corroborate your intellectual stagnancy, You now say that the same person you sponsored some years ago today is no longer qualified to be governor. I am more qualified to be governor than Nyesom Wike. To the glory of God, I have 9 university degrees. I have been a member of the House of Representatives. I have been elected twice to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have been an aide of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I don't understand who is more qualified to be governor between me and Nyesom. But that is not even the case. And I need to educate Wike that Kogi is not Rivers State. We will never serve Oluwa Wike, because he believes he's a god. So Rivers people can continue to serve Oluwa Wike, but Kogi people will never serve Oluwa Wike. We will never serve any god. And he has forgotten that God is the supreme controller of the universe. God is the one who gives power. God is the one who ordains kings. God is the one who will make governors, not Nyesom Wike. And moreover, today, ask yourself, what is the value of Wike's support? Wike refused to support our beloved Adeleke in Osun. He refused to support PDP in Osun. Yet, Adeleke emerged as the governor of Osun State. He supported Sandy Ono in Cross River, spent money, bought vehicles, did everything. But Sandy lost in Cross River. He supported also my colleague and my brother and friend, Albert, in Akwa Ibom. Funded Albert. Albert lost to PDP in Akwa Ibom State. He funded his former G5, I think it's G1 now because it's only, he funded Otom, funded the governor of Enugu, funded the governor of Abia. The 3 of them lost just senatorial districts. So you now ask yourself, what is the value of Wike's support to an election when everybody has supported lost? When Odili was governor, when Amechi was governor, Rivers State was churning out 1 million votes. But shamefully, everything Wike brought in the last election for the party he supported in Rivers State was 200 and something thousand votes. That's to tell you the law of diminishing return. That is after rigging, after malicious practices, after introduction of violence. He could only bring 200 and something thousand votes for this preferred party. A man who has done anti-party, a man will be accusing somebody of changing list, a man who is known for breaking the law. He cannot, my only advice for Nyesom Wike, and I'm doing this from a Christian perspective as a child of God, because we need to educate people who are not normal. We need to pray for them, we need to counsel them, we need to advise them. And as a counselor in the celestial realm, my advice for Wike is that when you drink, don't talk. When you talk, don't drink. That will help him a lot to come out of all these malicious practices. And moreover, he said, if Kogi people vote, if I win the ticket of PDP, he will not support PDP. There was no time in history that Wike will support PDP in Kogi State. In 2019, when my sister Natasha was running for the Senate in Kogi Central, he supported Yaya Bello's candidate over Natasha, a member of his own political party, because there's a diabolical relationship between Nyesom Wike and Yaya Bello, to the extent that Yaya Bello, the worst governor in the history of this country, the worst governor in the history of Kogi State, whose performance is F9 parallel, Nyesom Wike gave him an award, celebrated Yaya Bello and gave him an award. So we know they have a diabolical relationship to the extent that Wike is the mentor of Yaya Bello. And he has educated Yaya Bello that, come, I have given my governorship ticket to my accountant general, because that is the only way your crime can be protected. And that is exactly what I heard Yaya Bello too is trying to do now in Kogi State too, to appoint his accountant general as his gubernatorial mandate. But one thing is that God is above man. I believe, as a child of God, I believe in God. I believe in Trinity. I believe in the capacity and enablement of God. And Wike will be alive when I will be governor. I will be in Lugard House by the special grace of God. Wike have only few weeks to live as governor. Maybe he has forgotten that he's going to leave. And the way he's behaving, if he will not start practicing preparations for leaving government house, he will be sleeping in his bed and he will be hearing siren in his brain. because he is not preparing to leave office. And I also will advise him, instead of him to concentrate on how he's going to face life outside government, because already he's on his way to prison. In fact, Wike's prison uniform will have embroidery because of the way he has stolen the resources and patrimony of the Rivers people. And I am sitting down here. Any other interview, if he will not wash his hands out of Kogi State and leave Dino Melaye alone, if somebody like Yaya Bello and Wike can become governor, then you are saying the intellectually mobile fine boy Dino cannot be governor. How? Me and Wike, we are poles apart. Poles apart in everything, every ramification. I'm not his mate. He can only be older than me. I'm not proud of him as a governor. A governor who wears blue on yellow, yellow on green, at times with purple, who does not have a dress sense, who does not know what the time is globally today. I am a town boy. I know what it is. I know what time it is. And I've got something upstairs. So I'm just warning him, make it stay for in lane. If you do gra, don't they talk to people, then they do. If you do gra, come my own side. Me, I go grind them. I go do skit for them. I go sing for them. I go release album for them. On daily basis, I will finish him. So make it just stay where God put them. Kogi no be Rivers. Go and see people in their thousands came out in Kogi State. The commoners in Kogi State, the real people who are the voters of Kogi State came out and they were clamoring for Dino should be their governor. So if some people, there's a lot of poverty in town now. I've been influenced financially to come and say they are not supporting Dino. It is let them collect the money and eat now. There's no imposition by the PDP. The processes are being followed. And it will be followed to a logical conclusion. Why are they afraid of Dino?
If you have their delegate list, agreed.
But it is not them that conducts delegate election. It is the party that conducts delegate election. And you cannot oppose your wish on the party. The party will only report what happens on the field. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The party will that is what is happening. Why are they afraid? Even before the referee blow whistle, you are already complaining. Even I'm speaking with you now, the delegate list is not out. Some people have gone to court already. Ahead of the delegate list. They've not even seen the delegate list and they have gone to court. And the person who went to court, his name is on the delegate list. And all this is Wike. Being propelled by Wike, saying he will spend his money in Kogi to make sure that Dino does not emerge. Anybody but Dino. Are you not surprised that Yaya Bello and Wike have the same tangential, they have the same motive? But unfortunately for them, I am used to taming lions, whether black lion or white lion, whether in the forest, on the water, on the sea. My specialty is to tame lions, and I will tame both Wike and Yaya Bello. I will. I am Dino Melaye. I'm a Dani.
Thank you for having time to listen to these videos. Do not forget to comment what you think about this interview, what you think about what is going on in the PDP crisis, the revelations we are getting now from Dino Melaye. People are asking, why didn't Dino Melaye talk about all these things before the election? Anyway, leave your comment for us to know your own opinion. See you on my next video. Thank you.